Hi everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about leadership, but maybe in a way you haven't thought about before. What if a leader's real job isn't just to manage, but to be the chief architect of their entire organization? Today, we're getting into the blueprint for building that kind of resilience.
And really, it all kicks off with this idea right here. It's a huge shift in thinking. You're not just the boss giving out orders. You're the one who's, cultivating the whole environment. Think of it like you're setting the thermostat for your team's culture. That setting determines how they handle pressure, how they adapt, and maybe most importantly, how they learn from mistakes. Get that right, and you can build something truly unshakable.
Okay, so let's really run with this architect metaphor, because it's a powerful one. I mean, think about a real architect. They don't just draw a pretty picture. They are obsessed with everything. The foundation, the materials, how the structure will hold up in a storm. They're always thinking about stress points. Well, as a leader, you're doing the exact same thing. It's just your materials are your people, your processes, and your culture.
And that is exactly what we mean by an architect of altitudes. It's all about moving from a reactive mindset, just putting out fires, to being proactive. You are intentionally, purposefully designing a culture that doesn't just withstand challenges, but actually uses them as fuel to climb higher. It's building with a real vision.
Every great structure, and I mean every single one, starts with its foundation. You wouldn't build a skyscraper on sand, would you? The whole thing would just collapse. Well, the same thing goes for a team. And that solid ground for an organization, that's the culture. It's the invisible set of rules that dictates how people behave, especially when the pressure's on.
So just pause for a second and really think about this for your own team. What are you actually built on? Is your foundation made of mutual trust, or is there maybe a little bit of fear mixed in? Is it built for constant innovation, or is it built to keep things stable? Identifying those core materials is absolutely the first step.
These right here, these are the pillars of that foundation. It's a whole mix of things, isn't it? You've got nurturing your people, guiding them through uncertainty, and this one's huge, reframing failure as a lesson, not a catastrophe. But look, an architect can't just show up and start building. They have to survey the land first. That's why it all starts with evaluating your team and truly actively listening.
So, once that foundation is in place, what happens when the storms hit? Because believe me, they will hit. Risk and change aren't just hypotheticals. They are the inevitable stress tests for any organization. The only real question is whether your structure was designed to handle the pressure. And this slide really breaks down the two paths you can build toward. On one side, you've got the brittle structure. It resists change, gets obsessed with problems, and ultimately, it just cracks under pressure. But on the other side, you have the resilient structure. It's designed to be adaptive. It actively looks for opportunities in the middle of chaos and uses pressure to get even stronger.
Now, this requires a huge mental shift. In a brittle culture, failure is a structural flaw. It's a crack in the wall that signals something's wrong. But in a resilient culture, failure is simply data. That's it. It's like a free stress test that shows you exactly where you need to reinforce the walls, making the whole organization stronger for the next challenge.
But how do you turn that data into real reinforcement? This framework shows you the way. First, you evaluate. You need an honest assessment of what happened, without playing the blame game. Second, you ask questions. You get curious, not furious. You dig into the why. Third, and this is probably the hardest part, you have to actively listen. People need to feel safe enough to tell you the truth, not just what they think you want to hear. And finally, you integrate those learnings. You actually use them to change things. That's how you reinforce the structure. This really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? An architect's most important tools aren't a hammer and nails. They're insightful questions and a genuine willingness to listen to the answers. Simply put, your strength as a builder is directly tied to your skill as a listener. So why do all this? All the building, the stress testing, the reinforcing, it's all for one reason: to go higher. The goal of the architect isn't just to build a shelter that survives the storm. It's to build a tower that's always reaching for that next altitude.
And here's maybe the single most important thing to remember. The work is never finished. You don't just build a skyscraper and walk away. It requires constant maintenance, constant upgrades. Your role as an architect is a continuous cycle, always nurturing the culture, always learning from setbacks, and always looking for where to build that next floor.
So I'll leave you with this to consider. When you look at your own team, with its unique strengths and challenges, what is the next altitude you are designing for? Thanks for tuning in.